Now everything in our product is working except the delete functionality. Delete functionality, I want you to give it a try as an assignment. One thing that you need to make sure is before you delete the product, you actually have to remove the image from the server and then remove the record from database. That being said, I want you to pause the video and give that a try. Okay, I hope you were successful with deleting of product. If you face any issues, then follow me in the course and we'll delete it together. First thing, we'll stop the application and we'll be working on delete get and delete post. So in the delete get, we will be getting the ID that user wants to delete. So what we will do here is we will load the product from the database based on the ID. So _db.product.find, and we will load the ID. Now inside the upsert, we were displaying the category in dropdown. But with delete, we do not want to edit anything. So we can just display the category name. So for that, we need to populate the category inside product. One way that we have seen that in the past is product.category, and here we can use the find again to use it based on the category ID of product. So product.category ID, and this will be on category actually. Perfect. So this will load the product category and we can display that. We'll check if product is null, we'll return not found, else we'll return back to the view. Now this will work in most of the scenarios, but it is not as efficient. Entity Framework Core, an eager loading approach in which it will automatically load the category when you load the product. For that, you have the .include here, and using the lambda expression, you will say u goes to u.category. Simple as that. But with that, we cannot use find here. We will have to use the where clause, and we'll say u go to u.id is equal to the ID. The where clause means that it will expect more than one. Since we only retrieve one product, we'll change this to first.default and the error should go away. So we'll comment this code out, and now in this video you learn something with eager loading. Eager loading is a way of telling Entity Framework Core that when you load the product, perform a join operation and also load the corresponding category if you can find one. So that looks good for our delete get. Let's work on delete post. Now delete post, we need to delete the image. So if we go up, we can copy these lines that we have inside upsert. Let me copy those. We'll go down here. And first thing, we have to retrieve the product based on the ID. If we do not find anything, we'll return not found. If we find it, we'll paste the code that we copied. Here we need the webroot path, which is inside _webhostenvironment.webroot path. We get the upload. We don't need a new file name, and we also do not need the extension. We just need the old file name, which is inside obj.image. Once we have that, then we will check if the old file exists. If so, we'll delete the old file, and finally we remove the product. Once we remove the product, we redirect back. So delete post is simple as we have with delete. Next thing that remains is the delete view. So let's right click, add the view, razor view, and looks good. Let's add this. Delete view will look exactly similar as upsert, but instead of drop down, we will have a text box. So I can copy the upsert and paste it inside delete here. The model will be different. We do not have view model. We just have product model. Because if you see in the controller, we are passing the product model now. So we'll get that, and we do not need this. The hidden property, that should be good enough. We'll display the title here as delete product, and we'll remove product from all the places. We'll display the price. Also, we do not need validation, so we can remove the span, and I'll add the disabled property. Now with text area, if we have to disable summer note, we'll go at the very end here. With height, we'll just have disabled, to be true. We do not need any validation, so we can remove that. Let's go up. Let's continue our modification. Perfect. Here we just need one, so we'll remove everything else. And I can add a button here, type of submit. There we go. I'll just say delete here. And the class will be danger. Great, our button is looking good. Now for the category, we just need input and we do not need any image here. So we'll scroll up, we'll copy this price and paste it right here for the category. So we'll go to category dot name. And I believe everything is looking good. Great. Let's run our application and try to delete a product. We'll switch back while it's running. Right now we have two images in product. We'll go to product and we'll delete the product that we have. The image here is not loaded. Oops, right here we need model.image. We save this and refresh. It should load the image. Perfect. We just need the class here of width 100 and that should do things. Perfect, this looks good. So perfect, all the properties and everything is looking good. One last thing that I forgot is if we go to our product controller, if you see the name of the delete, it's delete post. And here if you go to the delete and if you go up, we have not defined any name. We can remove the ENC type. But what if we want to keep the name as delete? If we want to do that, right here we have another attribute which is action name. Here you can define a custom action name. So we can change the delete post to let .NET Core know that this is the action name for delete as well. So if for HTTP post comes for a delete action method, execute this delete post. With that in place, if we try to delete, everything should work now. So we go to product and we'll delete the one product that we have. And great, we see no product exists. If we go back to the application, in the images, now we only have one image. This was the dummy image that got added accidentally. So everything is working for our product. Now this was a lengthy section, but we learned so many things with .NET Core as well as Entity Framework.